How do you write? Do you make an outline, or do you just sit down and write? How do you do your book?
I don't do an outline, except maybe in the grossest sense. Mostly it's in my head where I'm going to go with it, but a lot of times you put yourself in the character's head and you say, well, so what would this guy do next? And he's faced with a conflict of some kind, and he, instead of following a nice, neat little outline, he goes that way. And it makes a better story, I think. I will say that I know a lot of people do rigorous outlines. They outline every chapter, every paragraph practically. And if it works for them, fine. But I sort of let my characters do the thinking and decide what to do next. Sometimes it's kind of stupid. But then they're real people.
What would you recommend for a writer starting out?
I think you have to get the words down. You don't have to worry about editing it, as you go. You can maybe a little bit. I usually go back and mess around with a chapter that I wrote yesterday. But then I'm done with that until I get all finished with the book and go back and start editing and bringing in all of the collective knowledge I have about what makes a novel click. So I guess my advice is get the words down, get something tangible, and it's more fun to edit a book than to write it, I think. Because then you can be critical of yourself, and you can spot weaknesses when you're reading it more as a reader and an editor than as a writer. So get the words down.
What would you say are the most important things you've learned that you know now that you didn't know when you started out?
Well, I'd say probably the most important thing is that you have to have colleagues. You have to have peers in the business that you can learn from. And my writing group, the Blue Sage Writers, have been an excellent sounding board for me. They have different backgrounds. They're romance writers. They're mystery writers. They have all kinds of different backgrounds. Some are really good at grammar and that sort of thing. Others are good at plot development. And through this group, I have learned so much about the writing business. And I'd say that the number one thing a writer should do, at least if they're like me, is become a member of an effective writing group. You should also, kind of in the same vein, you should study the craft. You should subscribe to magazines or read books that tell you how to develop plots, that lead you into characters and how you make characters stand out in a book. These are not always instinctive. And so, anything you can learn about the craft, you put it up here and then you use it over and over again as you start up with a new plot or a new book or revising an older book.